This quote by Carl Jung offers a profound perspective on human psychology and personal development. According to Jung, the period before the age of 40 is largely shaped by external influences, such as societal expectations, family, education, and career. During these years, a person constructs their identity based on what the world around them demands. However, after the age of 40, something begins to shift. A deeper inner journey begins, a true path of self-discovery. In this video, we'll explore Jung's insight that life really begins at 40. The ages of 40 to 45 often mark the first signs of this inner awakening. In the first half of life, people are mostly driven by external goals, pursuing education, building a career, starting a family, and securing social status. But once we enter our 40s, a new phase begins, one marked by internal questioning. The identity carefully crafted through ambition and effort may no longer bring the same satisfaction. A person might begin to realize that the roles and accomplishments that once defined them no longer reflect who they truly are inside. This is where Jung's concept of individuation comes into play. It's the process of shedding the masks imposed by society and seeking one's authentic self. This awakening often manifests as a sense of inner restlessness. Things that once held meaning may begin to feel empty. Even with material success or a stable career, a person may find themselves asking, "Why am I not fulfilled?" Perhaps they've reached the height of their career, but find it doesn't bring the joy they expected. Or maybe they sense something is missing in long-standing relationships. This restlessness can sometimes take the form of a personal crisis. It may feel like life is heading in the wrong direction, prompting a desire for dramatic change. Ultimately, this stage is not a downfall, but a turning point, an invitation to connect more deeply with the self and find meaning that aligns with one's true nature. During this period of awakening, people often make significant life decisions, such as changing careers, getting married or divorced, moving to a new city, or picking up new hobbies. But these changes shouldn't remain only on the surface. The real transformation happens within. According to Jung, this is the age when hidden and repressed aspects of the self begin to emerge, and the subconscious starts making itself more and more known. When a person begins to question the values they've absorbed throughout life, they become more open to discovering who they truly are and what they genuinely want. This process can be both liberating and painful. As the old identity dissolves, there's often uncertainty about what will take its place. For someone who has lived according to fixed behavioral patterns for many years, breaking away from those patterns can feel frightening. Yet behind that fear lies immense potential, the possibility of uncovering one's true self. Jung believed that the key to happiness and peace in the second half of life is to step away from the relentless pursuit of external success and focus instead on inner fulfillment. The awakening stage is when a person starts to truly listen to their soul and connect with their inner voice. This period often brings a deep desire to find new meaning in life. There may be a growing interest in spiritual questions, philosophy, the arts, or personal growth. Life is no longer defined solely by work and material gain. Inner satisfaction, spiritual wholeness, and meaningful relationships begin to take precedence. As part of this journey, many people return to passions they once neglected in childhood or youth. Some begin writing, others take up painting, while some spend more time in nature. Long-buried desires that have been waiting silently in the subconscious finally find a way to surface and take form during these years. The awakening process is a transitional phase in which a person begins to form a new identity, freeing themselves from the shadows of the past. They become aware of the gap between who they once were and who they aspire to be, and begin seeking ways to bridge that gap. Life now shifts from being driven by external achievements to becoming a journey rooted in inner fulfillment. Turning 40 should not be seen merely as a midlife crisis, but as a time of opportunity, a stage when a person can begin to realize their highest potential. That's why, as Jung famously said, life really begins at 40. It is around this age that many people find the courage to be their true selves for the first time. Then comes the second reckoning, around the ages of 45 to 50. By 45, individuals start to grasp the reality of the second half of their lives. The inner awakening experienced in the early 40s may have brought hidden conflicts to the surface, prompting a deep reevaluation of life and a shift in perspective. But awareness alone is not enough. Lasting change requires a conscious process of reassessment. This stage represents a critical threshold, where the past must be acknowledged and consciously integrated. A person metaphorically holds up a mirror to themselves and begins to chart a new direction for the future. These years are filled with profound questioning. Who am I really? What kind of life do I want to live? Old ideals, dreams, and ambitions are re-examined. A person may begin to wonder how meaningful their earlier pursuits really were. Deeper reflections on career, relationships, family, and social roles start to take shape. For some, this phase becomes a time of affirmation, a confirmation that they're on the right path. For others, it marks the realization that something fundamental must change. Either way, it is a powerful and transformative period, one that holds the potential for realignment with a more authentic and fulfilling life. Perhaps they've spent years in the same job, only to realize it no longer brings them happiness. Maybe they become aware of something missing in their marriage, or long-suppressed emotions have finally come to the surface. Now, the person is more inclined to make conscious choices rather than simply accepting things as they are. This period allows for a powerful question to emerge. What do I truly want? It's a time when people begin to ask themselves why, and start giving honest answers. Where once they tried to conform to external expectations, they now begin to listen to their inner voice. In Jungian psychology, this is one of the most crucial stages of the individuation process. A person begins to seek inner wholeness, moving beyond social roles and the identity they've presented to the world for so long. Confronting one's inner shadows, hidden desires, fears, and forgotten parts of the self that have been repressed over the years is an inevitable part of this journey. People no longer chase only success or status. They long for a deeper sense of meaning in their lives. This phase often brings emotional ups and downs. As individuals confront their past mistakes, they are also trying to shape a new future. These inner questions can sometimes lead to feelings of regret. Yet, within that struggle lies the potential for profound growth, healing, and the emergence of a more authentic self.